Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday webinar on programs. I'm here with my friend John Jacobson, and we're going to share with you some of the new fun JJ&Me programs, and we're going to share a little bit of what's on Musicplay if you want to build your own program or if you do a K-5 school concert. We've got some programs for you. So John's going to start with some of the new content on JJ&Me.
Well, okay, here's a boomer. And so if I'm doing some crazy things here on my internet, just forgive me, and I'm sharing screen and all that. Every time I learn how to do it perfectly, I take a break from it and I have to relearn it every time. But I'm delighted to sort of cyber see all of you and to be a part of this with Denise and her incredible team of people. So that being said, like I said, maybe some of you were here at the webinar last time. Denise and I are so excited to sort of work together, put our energies all together, because we think with Musicplay Online and JJ&Me, we have something something for everybody. I know a lot of you are just getting back to school and you're thinking about, okay, you probably made it. Some of you probably made it through like 2 days, and I'm wondering how you're going to last the entire year. But we're here to help you, and we're proud of you, and we're going to be here every day, 365, to help you do what you do so well. So thank you for what you do. And even if you seem exhausted right now, your voice is probably tired already. It'll get stronger, as will you, and you can last till the end of the year. So I'm passionate about doing musicals just because since I've been a third grader, I've been writing them. And I think they're a really wonderful thing for young people to do at any age group. They never forget it as long as they live. And our whole thing about what you learn through music you don't forget, I think, is really crucial when it comes to doing musicals. You can learn about almost anything. And so if you don't do musicals, or maybe this is the first time you're going to try it, I think we have an excellent selection of musicals that you might want to just give a look at. And before we even get going, the thing I want to remind you of is that the joy of Musicplay Online is that once you subscribe to it and you want to do one of our musicals, you don't have to do it exactly the way we presented it to you. Do whatever you want to it. If you want to take a song out because it doesn't work for you, or if you ran out of time, just do it. If you want to change the script, if you want to change you don't have to do my choreography, you don't have to do my notes. You can do whatever you want to these musicals to make it work for you. That's our number one goal on all of this. So I hope you take those liberties. And then, go ahead, Denise. Unmute yourself, though.
You have permissions to perform everything that's on the site. You don't have to email us for permissions. You have our permissions to do that. If you want to record it and make a video for your parents and sell it to them for a little bit of fundraising, you have our permissions and our blessing to do that as well. And I will mention out loud, if anybody's here and wants us to see your smiling faces, we love to see you. Raise your hands with that little thing on the bottom, and then we can see you. Sorry, John, you carry on.
Nope. No,
that's doing fine. Awesome.
I'm seeing some familiar faces already, and thank you for being here, Melanie. Hello, Angie. Hey, look, you look very excited to be here. Anyway, I'm in my little cabin today. We've had no power in Northern California where I live. I live near Weed, California, and if any of you have been watching the news, we lost about a third of our town this week. To wildfires. And so we didn't have power until last night at 11:30. We finally got it. So if I go up in flames, well, it's been a good ride. Anyway, so I'm here in my little cabin in the woods today, which I kind of use as an office. And sometimes I even make videos and things here. So it's kind of funny. But anyway, there we go. So I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time because I do want to get to you. But I thought that was really important to point out that takes and encourage you to take liberties with our musicals so that it works for you. And I'll just give one more example of that. For instance, we did this musical that I'm going to show you a little bit of in a little while called Cookies. And it's one of my favorites I have ever worked on because it just seemed like such a no-brainer. All the kids play cookies like snickerdoodles and, who snickle all the time, and, Oreos and chocolate chip cookies and lady fingers and anything you can imagine. But somebody wrote to me and the whole plot is that they find out they're going to be taken to a cookie exchange, and they're all worried that they're going to be separated from their batch, which is just a great way, I think, of teaching kids about the fact that it's wonderful to make friends that are not like you. But we do it all in the metaphor of a cookies and the cookie exchange. So for the littlest ones, it works great. But somebody wrote me an email and say, well, what about if I want to do this for Christmas? And I was like, well, just do it. But they said, yeah, but can you write a little dialogue and maybe do something to make it more Christmassy? And so I added a little section and now we have a little sub musical called Christmas Cookies. And so that's an example of taking a musical that we wrote kind of for all school, all year spring musical. And if you want to make it for Christmas, throw in some Christmas carols and some cookies that are shaped like trees and reindeer and candy canes, and you've got yourself a Christmas musical. So you can do that, either write us and we'll help you do it, or do it yourself and make it your own. So I want to show you, I think now, bear with me if I completely lose you all and end up on some bizarre Amazon trip or something like that. I want to show you where on Musicplay Online you find the musicals and what's available to you. So I'm going to try to share my screen with you, which is always just such a joy, but I think I can do this. How's that? Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to go right over to this where it says Discover, right on the top of the opening page of Musicplay Online. And if you go to Discover, you will see these are the elements that JJ&Me, this little I don't know, effort that I've been doing the last couple of years. These are all the different elements that we've done so far for the JJ&Me part of Musicplay Online. And you can go leaping through, you click on any one of these, it's going to bring you to a whole bunch of new materials. Today, we're talking about musicals and musical reviews. So I'm going to go right over here to John Jacobson's musicals, and I'm going to click on that. And what you'll see right off the bat is we have 8 musicals up there already for you. And when I say already for you, it has all the elements of what you're going to need to be able to do a musical. And what you would do is you take some time to go through these and see if they work for you. What I would recommend is, let's just take one, for instance, since maybe if you're thinking about doing a holiday musical, look at this one here called Starbucks, the musical. I mean, I just had to write once I realized we could do Starbucks, I thought, wow, what a no-brainer to write a musical called Starbucks. So did you see that I clicked on it? I'm going to go back one more time. I'm at Discover. I click on that. All the musicals that we have so far are all up there. So we got American Song, Big Dreams, Bunnies, Cold Snap, Cookies, Just Sing, Starbucks, High Seas. And I hope I'm not talking down to you, but I know when you're wading through this, it helps. So now I go to Starbucks. I click on it. And all of the materials that are related to Starbucks, the musical, are right there. And what I would recommend is probably that you go right to the very first thing here, Starbucks, the musical script. And you might just open that like this, and you'll see here is our little artwork. Here is the entire musical. And you could just kind of go through it yourself, and you'll see the synopsis, where it is, the cast. We didn't have to think too hard about that. And even these would be just the lyrics for all the songs that are in it and all of that. So you could, that might be a place to start. And then I'm just going to go back so that you would kind of get an idea of that. You'd see the musical score. This would be the teacher's score, because that then is going to have all of the piano parts. And it's also going to have down, if you look a little bit further, once we start singing, it's even going to give you staging directions. And, just little suggestions of what you might do for choreography and staging, just to get, so you're not just sitting here listening to me talk the whole time. I thought it might be kind of fun, actually, for us to do one of these songs. And even before we do that, the third one, might as well do it in order. The third one here is the student score. So I'm picking up the student score. All of these things are projectable or reproducible if you want to. And you see what that is. It's got the musical notation, but without the piano parts, without the choreography notes. And that might be so, just some of the kids like to have their own little copy of that. So that's where you can go on that. You can just do it as projectables if you want to, but if you wanted to download it and run it off, you could. We included a little overture. That's just to get your parents in their seats and all of that. And then the very first song in it is one called Shine, 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 Shine. So I'm going to see if I can do this. I am going to also not only share my, let's see, I want to try sharing with you. not just my page, but I'm going to try to share with you my sound as well. If somebody, let's see, would it be a new share? Yeah. And here's how you do the sound. If you can see this, so that we don't have any lag in the sound, I'm going to go back to sharing and I'm going to go to advanced. And so then when I go to advanced, and you probably already know this already, I'm going to click on computer audio. That way I can share that. So now when I go, and what I have done before I got together with you, I downloaded the song Shine and I put it on my desktop as an MP3 right here. So that when I'm sharing my sound and my audio with you, there won't be the lag that there sometimes is when you do that. Now, everybody, yeah, here we go, because you're going to want to do this. Just got to move a little bit, because this is the opening of it, and you only have to know about 3 moves. You can sit there if you want to, but here's the first move. Everybody's got to go 1 clap burst. Ready? Okay, just like that. And it looks like, let's do it all together. Ready? Go. Okay, so when I'm looking at you now, I'm seeing a little bit of a lag in the sound. So we'll see how that goes, whether it doesn't really matter once we get the sound going. Okay, here's the other one. I call these vaudeville rocks. Vaudeville rocks are this: back and forth, back and forth. Now we're right together. So maybe there's not going to be a lag at all. And this is great for any kind of 2-beat song, like, there's no business like so, or, if you knew Susie, anything that's got that chuck, 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 chuck feel. Okay, now the big chorus on this is just a shine, shine, shine. So let's say everybody east of the Mississippi, you go on the first one, shine, and then everybody in the Midwest goes shine, and then everybody on the West Coast goes shine. Or you can do them all. It's a 3-count peel off. So shine, 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 all the time. And then we all do it together. I know that we can shine. That's the extent of the choreography. Now you'll get a sense, but what I am proud of with our new musicals is the orchestrations and things. I think you'll find them they're really full, and the kids' voices sound like kids, but usually in tune. So let's give it a whirl here. Here's our Shine song, the opening of the musical. Can you hear it? Might not hear me very well, but that's okay. The curtain opens on your multi-million-dollar auditorium, and you wave to the audience.
What do you know? It's time for the show. Get up and go. It's time to raise the curtain. See how they wait, so we can't be late. Gotta be great. Oh, we know that's for certain. This is our night, so show them our light and shine. Our light is bright, so let's get it right and shine, 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 all the time. We know that we can shine. This isn't Broadway, but this holiday will take you away and put you in the spirit. We'll give it our all, no matter how small. We practiced all fall, so you are gonna hear it. This is our night, so show them our light and shine. Our light is bright, so let's get it right and shine, 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 all the time. We know that we can shine. 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 We can shine.
Right. And what I did at the ending on that, who knows what'll come playing next year. When we got to that part at the end, I just had them all dig in their pockets, and they all pulled out some confetti, and they loved this part. It's a mess, but it's worth the effort. You pull it, you put your hand, we know that we can, and they all take out sparklers and go, shine, and all these little glittery stuff falls all over, and they love all that. So, it's a pain to rehearse because you have to clean it up every time. But nonetheless, there'll be some kids who will want to do that. So, and this musical is so kind of ridiculous, but ridiculously fun, because the whole gist of it, I'm going to go back and hopefully you still see my screen here. Can you still see my screen? You can.
Can you reshare your screen? Yeah.
Okay, so let me stop. Let me try to reshare my screen. It's probably just doing the sound there, but I'll try this here. Okay, I'm going to go back to basic and here. How's that?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, so now I'm back on the Musicplay Online website, and you can see the word shine, or I'm still on the musical Shine. Okay, and you can see this one here. This would be where you had the audios. That's what we were just singing to. So it's going to be a demo video with the accompaniment tracks and the Shine vocals. This one here would be then just the accompaniment tracks. Okay. Now down here, is going to be a video where I would then have taught you the whole song with the choreography. And I do it slow. This one I maybe didn't want to do a single version. All right. So I'll teach it to your kids, so you don't have to worry about it. That's going to be full choreography. And then when it says notation and lyrics demonstration, this one's going to be where it's going to be like follow the bouncing ball, where if you don't want to print the music out, but you still want to. Let me zip ahead here.
Light is bright, so let's get it right and shine, 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 shine.
All right. So you see, so that you get the drift on that. I'll close that up. All right. Then for the littler kids, because I really have this one I think is best for sort of like third grade on up. It's a little bit more musically sophisticated, and even the plot and the jokes and things are a little more sophisticated that way. But we do have then lyric sheets for it. If you just want to, here would be the lyric sheets. You click on that. And again, if you could just project these while they're learning it, for the younger kids, you might even be doing rote teaching on a lot of that. But that's what that is going to be. And then let's just keep going on here. Link to the song list. So link to song list, that's just, you don't need to even worry about that right now. Okay, so here's the whole deep plot of this musical. I won't spend too much time on it, but it's that this year, all of the I don't know if it was COVID or it was something happened that Rudolph lost his shine. He just didn't have it in him to do it another year. And so they were going, well, okay, he needs a break. He needs a rest. And so we're going to, everybody's stressed, just like they were during these years of online teaching and everything else. So we have a song about being all stressed out. But then the deep plot of this musical is that they're looking for somebody to take his place. And so Santa and Mrs. Claus sing a song about, we're looking for the one star that can show us the way. Okay. And so they decide they'll have a little competition, like America's Got Talent, or, one of those shows where they have a competition to see who's going to actually get to be the one to lead the sleigh this year. And so we have things like Dancer. There's a song for Dancer. This is it. Let me just put this on so you can sort of see. Here's the Dancer song with lyrics here. It's kind of a...
Look at him, if you dare. He can dance like Fred Astaire. On the floor or on the roof, he's got magic in each move. Dancer, the one and only Dancer. You can call him Dancer. He's a one dear show. A 5, 6, 7, 8, dance. Dance.
All right. So that Dancer show, and you're going to have one kid who has had tap dance lessons, or maybe you got a bunch of them. But on like that dance part, all you need to do is all the kids go dance, and that one kid in the middle, dance. Dance. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just a kid just kind of showing off, being dancers. So that's his thing. Then Prancer, of course, is my favorite. And so Prancer gets a song called He Loves Prancing. And everybody can sing the song. One thing might be easier is the dance.
You can call her Prancer, for prancing is what she does. No one knows it
but you get the idea. And this has to be the one kid that's kind of the show off in your group that will get out there and gladly do dancing. It's almost like prancing, just waltzing around the stage. Some kid with like John Jacobson, who's got no pride left in him and just does that. Okay. So finally they end up with a Starbucks. They pick it out. Well, here's how it ends then. They find out that indeed, in order to, that this is true. I learned, my nieces and nephews just taught me about this, that it's only the female reindeer that keep their antlers year round. Male reindeer lose their antlers. Well, we can't have our reindeer going around bringing Santa's things without any antlers. And so they decide, well, then it's got to be a female that's going to lead the sleigh. And of course, the only one that's left is Vixen. So Vixen gets to lead the sleigh and everybody's happy and excited. And they have that. But before that, even that, they have a little reindeer rap where we take care of like, this would be like Dixon, Donner and Blitzen. They do a little reindeer rap. Do all your favorite rap moves. I know you've got a million of them.
The reindeer rap, rap, rap. The reindeer rap, rap, rap. The reindeer rap, rap, rap. What's up? Yo, my name is Blitzen, and I'm itching and a twitching to be the one to lead the sleigh tonight. No, you don't need a prancer, and a dancer's not the answer. Go with Blitzen if you wanna get it right.
Dude, that was close to awesome! But make way for a real rap artist. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dancer, the rapping reindeer.
The reindeer rap, rap.
All right. Well, that'll take you about 4 minutes to learn that one. And I gave away the rest of the tip, and then they end the whole show with a reprise again of Shine, 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 and everybody's happy and on you go. So that again is called Starbucks the Musical. I think of that as sort of an upper elementary musical of all that. Let's take another look at the one. If you don't want to do, I know some people have a problem doing Santa, reindeer, anything really Christmassy. And so if you look right above here, I went back, remember, did you see what I did? Went back to Discover page, came back to the 8 musicals. Here's one called Cold Snap. This one is a holiday musical. I guess I would say it's a Christmas musical because it's meant for that time of year, but it's really one of those holiday musicals you may have done before in which you cover all your bases. You've got your Kwanzaa, you've got your Hanukkah, you got your La Posadas, you got your Christmas, you got everything involved. And we called it Cold Snap because the plot is that, okay, the kids have been sort of doing homeschool for like a whole year or doing online all the time. And all of a sudden they get to go back to school and they're so excited to be there, but it's almost Christmas time and they get a great big blizzard and they find out that they're going to be stuck at school. And now it's a flip flop. They can't do what they want to be with their families as they've been with their families in quarantine for the whole 2 years, and now they can't get home to be with them. And so to make the best of it, they decide that they're going to teach each other about how the winter holidays are celebrated in their home, which gives us great license then to teach about all those different holidays. So, and the theme song is this one called, again, same elements here. We got the script, we got the teacher score, we got the student score. We have a song called Toyland Toy Box where all the toys come alive. Here's the theme song called Cold Snap, which maybe we can do this one all together here. Why don't you stand up with me, because it's got just a little bit of body percussion is all you have to learn. And we're going to go, take your right hand like this, and you can mirror me if you want to. So you can do left, and we're just going to lean this way. Icicles in. Then we're going to go the other way, lean, and we're snapping. And when we get to the cold snap, I can feel a cold snap. Okay, and we're just acting out the lyrics. We shrug, down comes snow, and we have cold snap, a cold snap. I can feel a cold snap. Then we do a little body percussion. Just goes cold, a cold snap, cold, snap, cold, snap. And then we all shiver. Brrr. And the way this one works is it actually ends up being a 3-part partner song. And you can do whichever one, but watch what happens when we do the full choreography and pick, when we get into it, you'll learn part 1, part 2, part 3. And when we get to the end, you can just kind of do the, do whichever one you pick. And you'll see it's kind of a fun, but here's how we do the teaching videos when we have like a partner song or something like that. There's not one of me. There's not 2 of me. There's 3 of me, which no person should be expected to put up with. But nevertheless, here we go. I hope this will work now. I'm going to try it with just the full choreography. Somebody tell me if you can't hear anything.
Icicles are hanging on my windowsill, giving me a frosty frozen winter chill. Cold snap, a cold snap. I can feel a cold snap. Winter winds are tossing people to and from. Weathermen are telling us to look for snow. Cold snap, a cold snap. I can feel a cold snap.
Here comes the final percussion.
Cold snap, cold snap, cold snap. Brrr. Cold snap, cold snap, cold snap. Brrr. Everybody's freezing, everybody's sneezing. We all know the reason. I can feel a cold snap, feel the north wind blowing. Soon it will be snowing. Get that fire going. I can feel a cold snap. Icicles are hanging on my windowsill, giving me a frosty frozen winter chill. Cold snap, a cold snap. I can feel a cold snap. Winter winds are tossing people to and from. Weathermen are telling us to look for snow. Cold snap, a cold snap. I can feel a cold snap.
Anyway, yes. So what you can do on that is just like tell your kids, you know, this group, you follow red shirted John. This group, you follow, you know, blue shirted John and gray shirted John. It can go like that. And just you can sort of see how this goes. This is the next song. Then they're going to do a Hanukkah song. And so here would be a little notation with lyrics of the Hanukkah piece. And Denise, you feel free to.
Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Hanukkah. Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Tell me the story of Hanukkah. Hanukkah. A Jewish holiday we call the Festival of Lights. It's celebrated every year for 8 days and nights. It's always in December or sometimes in late November. The Hebrew month of Kislev, that is what you should remember. That's what we should remember. Tell me the story of Hanukkah.
Okay, you get the idea. That's that part. We do a little La Posadas piece.
Let the children go door to door. Some are rich and some are poor. Candlelight will show the way, leading up to Christmas Day. Las Posadas, travel
So you can see mostly unison 2 parts, once in a while 2 parts, sometimes a partner song. We did a little Kwanzaa piece. It was kind of funny. We got a note from somebody said, well, we don't have any African-American kids in our neighborhood here in South Dakota. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean you don't want to teach them about this holiday. It's a great opportunity to teach them about how other people celebrate. So here.
Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Kwanzaa tonight. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Kwanzaa tonight. Come along, brothers and sisters. Bring your neighbors and your friends as we celebrate the holiday with a hope that never ends. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Kwanzaa tonight. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Kwanzaa tonight. We are one.
So you got that covered. And you know, one of the things I like about that I'm sort of pleased with, because it's and working with Denise and oh, should I don't know what I did here, but somehow I got off there. But we can even do the Christian holiday, which wow, what a concept. But this is a perfect example of where, like, I know some people cannot do Christmas, but so this would be a perfect example of where you don't necessarily have to do every song. You can leave this one out or insert a different song. If you want to do something that's more, Deck the Hall Santa, Oh Christmas Tree, you could do that. But I really was pleased with the way this particular song turned out. Here, and here's, since you're, let's see, notation with vocals. Let's try that one. This is There Is Hope in the Air This Christmas.
There is hope in the air this Christmas.
Sing along, I am.
There is hope in the air everywhere. There is hope in the air this Christmas.
Well, I do love that. And then, I don't know why it goes back to that every time, but I'm clicking too many times and too quickly, I expect. So anyway, the thing I like, I think the most about this musical is that even if kids learn about other kids' traditions, other families, other definitions, what it means to be a family even, and they learn about different ways that people celebrate. We've got of course, we have an upbeat song that follows that one called Holiday Swing, which gets everybody up swinging and dancing. And so it all ends up on a happy note and they all finally get to go home to be with their families. But last year, I was in Africa, actually, and I went to this nature preserve, and I saw this sign, which meant just really struck me. And it said, kids, in the end, kids are gonna protect what they love, and kids are gonna love what they know, and they're going to know what they're taught. I think that to me that's a great this was for like a nature preserve, trying to talk about preserving nature and all that. But I also think it's great about preserving music and music education, and what we love so very, very much is that so learning about all these different holidays, they're going to love and protect it because they know about it, and and how did they know about it? They were taught. That's what we do. And so similarly with music, they're going to love and protect music because they know music and they love it, and you taught it. So anyway, I don't know why that came to mind, but that sort of cross-curricular music and teaching lots of different things through it really struck me as a positive thing. I wanted to show you, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of American schools, I know we have American schools here, Canadian schools, we have schools here and choirs here from all over the world, but in the United States, I know a lot of you get approached by your principal about now, or probably in about 3 weeks from now, and say, hey, we need something for Veterans Day, or in Canada, I believe you call it Remembrance Day. And so here, look at this. Here's one of our musicals, the first one listed up here. I think I'm still sharing my screen, right? And if I click on this American song, I want to show you. I'm a patriotic guy. I like patriotism. I like patriotic songs, not blind ones, but ones that we really teach people about things and about our country. Once again, you love something that you know something that you've been taught, that kind of thing. So if you learn about sort of proper respect and love for your country through music, I think you don't forget it. So we wrote this little musical called American Song, a patriotic celebration. But what it's really about is trying to discover what is the American song. All these voices from all over the place, all these we the people coming together to sing, to figure out what our song is, and then singing it together. So, for instance, we start with this song called "We the People," which then goes into obviously "We the People." They learn that, which is nice for kids to learn those lyrics. Secondly, we have I shall not be moved." So it's an opportunity to sing a civil rights song that they can do together. And we did this here. We even have some kids performing it. We did a workshop this summer down in Texas, and these kids performed it, and it was just adorable. Anyway, so that's that. But I thought, if you just need one song quickly coming up, that's the other thing nice about these musicals. You can sometimes you find one song in there and just pull it out, and usually you don't have to do the whole musical, just find one. I thought I wanted to introduce this one to you because I think you could do it for Veterans Day or Remembrance Day this year. It's called "Soldier, I Sing This Song for You." And it's really just a thankful song for the sacrifice. Sing along.
Soldier,
You know what I think would be awesome on that would be, if you have time, to get every kid has somebody in their family who has been involved in the service. It doesn't have to be a father or a mother, it could be an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, just somebody they knew or admired. And you could do have one of your upper elementary kids do a PowerPoint on it, where during that you just show the pictures of those important people in their lives. And then, you could even at the end have it like a big collage where they all came together at the end. So yeah, then we didn't want the whole America Song thing to be down, like that. I think that's actually a very emotional moment. But then we go on to do a little salute to George M. So you can do your wave, your flag, and give my, you're a grand old flag and the regular patriotic songs that you want to do. And then we ended it with we have a song called Big Dreams. This is an example of something that we've done in Musicplay Online together, is that we'll take a song like this, Big Dreams, and it's a perfect song to start the year, for your school year, to talk about what are we going to do this year. Let's talk about what it means to have big dreams together, and even give kids like a starter phrase, like when I think of big dreams, I think of this. This is my big dream, and have them say it and write it down, and maybe present it to their class like a show and tell. Here's my big dream, and then at the beginning of the year, you can do a song like this. At the end of the year, we also provided you with a song called "Hold On to Your Dream." And so that when you get to graduation, all year long, you've been singing, hold on, I've got big dreams inside of me. And then at the end of the school year, you sing this song called Hold On to Your Dreams. We're moving on to the next grade. This is the time to sort of go, okay, remember that dream you had in third grade? Is it the same dream when you're in fifth grade? Is it the same dream when you're in seventh grade? Whatever that might be. This is a perfect opportunity to do that. So a lot of these songs in the musicals, my point is that you can take them out and use them in different settings. And we will do the same thing. We used this song, Big Dreams, in this American song, because it seemed America is, if nothing else, it's a land of dreamers. And so it was a perfect opportunity to use that song. Well, if you know it, but now you're finished with your patriotic song, let's go back to Discover. And we've got, if we go to our musicals here, we have a whole musical called Big Dreams. A musical, and this would be a musical review showing about this is where our dreams begin. Where did that happen? How did it start? We have these big dreams inside of us, Then we have songs about being positive, about staying on top of everybody say yes, is about we can do this together if we work together. Here's a neat another neat part about JJ&Me that we include. In some of these, wherever it's appropriate, we've got this great guy, Mr. Frank, who does bucket drumming lessons for some of the songs. Like we did a song called, in one of the reviews, called Fascinating Rhythm, Fascinating Rhythm. Well, then Mr. Frank does a bucket drumming lesson on that. So when you get to a performance, I would absolutely say, get those kids out there who want to beat away at a drum, but maybe don't necessarily want to get up on stage and sing and dance or deliver a line. And you can have bucket drumming as a part of your program. Several of the musicals have bucket drumming opportunities in them. And we'll teach you all the parts. So you just have to get a pail. I've got one here that I've got. I'm using it as a garbage pail right now, but here's my John Jacobson and Me bucket. You get them, your stores will give them to you free, and he'll teach you how to do that. And he's really infectious. So I encourage you to use that and then make it part of your presentation when you get to it. Rockstar, I Shall Not Be Moved. Here's an example of where we were able to use that song in that Song of America. We used I Shall Not Be Moved because we're talking about civil rights. But in Big Dreams, we're talking, yes, about civil rights, but also I will not be moved from my dreams. I will hold on to them. While we're going through that, you'll see here a little place in the choir. A place in the choir is whenever they'll have a song, say like, this is a perfect example, I Shall Not Be Moved. I will take a few moments to just talk to your kids straight on about the meaning of this song, maybe the history of this song, maybe what it all means to me, and perhaps maybe what it might mean to them. That's what these little place in the choir segments are. So we try to include a little bit more than just learn the song and go perform it for your parents, but let's reinforce the lessons of what these can be while we're doing the musical. Because again, once we learn something through music, we don't forget it. And that includes something like civil rights and the protection of those. Of course, gratitude songs are always wonderful, and we have several of them in there. And here's another example. There's a song called Thankful that will be listed both in this musical because it works perfect as a song when we're talking about the American song or Big Dreams, to be grateful and thankful for the year we've had together Or you pull it out and you do it for a Thanksgiving song, or you pull it out and do it whenever you've got a teacher that's done something nice for you, or a parent that's done something, or an administrator that's done something nice for you, or a teacher that's retiring, or anytime you can put this thankful song into your lexicon early in the year, and you'll have a million uses for it. Denise and I are absolutely vehement, I should say, passionate about including SELs, social emotional learning lessons. But you know what's crazy about this is we've all been doing that our whole careers. All of us music teachers have been doing SEL our entire careers. Now it's become this sort of this hip thing that everybody else is getting on the bandwagon. But you and I know we've been doing it forever. But sometimes we just have to toot our own horn enough to say to the administration or to the parents, hey, look how we're celebrating gratitude. That song about hope, the song about respect for the soldiers and the people who have served for you. All of those things are great ways for you to show your principal that you're covering not only music, but also SEL. So finally, Hold On to Your Dreams would be a perfect example. Let's just sing a little bit of it, and then I think maybe I should be quiet and let Denise wrap this up. I've gone on a long time here. Here's a little Hold On to Your Dreams.
When the day is dark and dreary, hold on, hold on. When the road you're on leaves you weary, hold on, hold on. No mountainside too steep, no sea too wide or deep, no clouds too dark to hide the light that shines inside. Hold on to your dreams.
Raise your hand and do this one.
Hold on to your dreams. Arise, awake, a new day breaks. Hold on to your dreams. In the fog of this
You can see how that would work perfectly for graduation at the end of the school year, encouraging everybody to hold on to the dreams. So let me, before I hand this right back to Denise, let me just go back to this one more time, because what I didn't spend time on today, for the most part, were sort of the K-3 musicals. And I know a lot of you do these musicals with your little ones because the parents are still glad to make costumes, and and the kids still like to get up there and do these things. So I would just draw your attention mostly to bunnies. I mean, come on, here's your costume. You can get these at, what is it, Oriental Trading Company. You can get these bunny things. Now, don't put this screenshot up on YouTube, because I got enough problems on YouTube. No, but we did this down in Texas. That a school did it, and all the kids were wearing these little bunny things, and even the parents came in and sat in the audience with these bunny ears on, and it was really funny. And it's all about, and so the kids, it's just adorable. In fact, one of the songs they sing is adorable. We're just adorable, and that's why there's some coyotes and wolves in there, and they refuse to attack the bunnies because they're simply just too adorable. Anyway, so that's that one. And then the other one is that Cookies musical that I was talking to you about, where they all play little cookies. So they're simple. Those ones, usually I will have rhyming dialogue. Every kid gets like one line to say. They last about 25 minutes or 4 hours, depending on your children. But they're real simple rhyming. And so, and the cute factor is through the roof. So anyway, that's what we have for you to start with. I hope you'll take some time to go explore them. And let me just finally say that I'm just so excited to be with Denise and her team. I just have admired what she does for years and years and years, and I really feel honored to be a part of it, and especially in the musical world.
It's a privilege and an honor to get to work with John. We're so excited to have you. I have just a very few minutes, so I'm going to mention that in units, if you go into units, oh, I have to share my screen. John, you have to unshare.
Yeah, stop share. Okay, I did it.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay, yay. Okay, let's see. That is weird. I'm not getting the right view of share
Michelle.
screen.
I see Melanie, Michelle.
Do you want me to share? And
Oh,
then-
you know what? I need basic.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a little challenged at times too. Okay, so I
Nice
need,
picture.
I was thinking I was on sharing and I wasn't because John was. So if you go into units and you go into programs, there are additional ones. So the ones with John's little icon here are John Jacobson musicals. And then we have some that are Musicplay musicals. These are a little bit older. They don't have the, we need to redo the accompaniment tracks to level up to the full orchestrations. But what these are is for K-5 schools. Every grade gets a thing. And in all the schools that I've been in, Christmas concert isn't just the third grades. Christmas concert is the whole school. So Survival Santa is Survivor at the North Pole. We actually have a Christmas Sacred musical on here, Smallest Christmas Star. I taught in a Catholic school for a number of years. And so we have that. And Best Pet Show Ever is K2, K3. Another thing I would suggest doing is going to the song list and searching by theme. So if I search the word light, I get all these songs. I get John's Be a Light. I get This Little Light of Mine, Shine a Light for Peace. Here's another Be a Light, Let Your Light Shine. And all these songs together, you could make a program that says, light up the holiday season and pick light songs from throughout the whole thing. If you search something like snowflakes, you will be surprised how many snowflake songs we end up in there. And you could do a program that says, we love snow. You could do some of John's. You could do some from Musicplay. You could do a program called Santa's Coming Soon and just find everything on this site that has to do with Santa. And there is a whole lot. John's show up as gray. We need to give John a better color because gray is middle school, and I always say those middle school students are the ones that gave me all my gray hair. So we want John to have a much brighter, fancier color. But this is ways that you can use Musicplay Online to put together your own program. Just pick a theme and run with it. It's funny how many people post on Facebook. Can I have songs about colors of Christmas? And they've picked their theme without looking for songs first. I would always check the song availability before I set in stone my theme and make sure that there's lots of songs available. So do we have any questions, Carrie Lynn, we should answer?
No, actually.
I
You're
think
doing great.
Jason's been answering questions all the way along, and Danae's been answering questions all the way along. So I want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. It's always nice to see you. Thank you to Danae and Carrie Lynn and all the Musicplay team. And thank you to John Jacobson for sharing some
Thank you
of his
all.
very fun choreography with us. It was awesome.